Hello. Yeah, welcome. All right. So this is the video of day 8, the 8th day of our 90-day challenge, web design challenge. This challenge is all about improving ourselves, challenging ourselves to develop more skills in web design, UI, UX, all those things we learned that makes a good design what it is. So trying to replicate, because when you replicate good designs, you start getting an eye, a feel for good design. And then when you start doing your own design, you start doing it right. So that's the main goal of this challenge, for you to every day work on a certain UI that is well designed, then try to replicate it, you see? And then from there, you start building capacity. And also, at the same time, you build up portfolio of different works, different UIs you have built, and then share it on your timeline, share it on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Dribble, wherever you have a presence, LinkedIn, you share it there, and people get to see your skills. They get to see your improvements over time. You know, don't be so. Listen, don't be surprised. There are people who have been watching you from day one. Yes, they saw your first design. They are there watching you. They are looking at your progress, looking at your progress. And when the time is right, they are going to come to you and say, "Oh, I've been following you, seeing the beautiful designs you have been posting for a while. I need you to design this for me. I need you." And then you charge them. You see, this is how it has happened to me that way. I'm telling you, social media is a very powerful tool for any designer to utilize out there. Post things about your design, what you are working on, about things you learn, about the challenges you encounter, along this 90-day challenge. Post it there. I've done it before, and people we are watching, some won't even comment. Yeah, if you are looking at, oh, I didn't get enough comment, oh, I didn't get enough likes, oh, I don't know if this is working. No, it's actually working. Most people don't comment. Yes. If it's not news, if it's not negative stuff, and if it's not news stuff, if it's not like, if it's not some viral stuff, most people are not going to comment. But it doesn't mean they don't see it. They saw it and they are going to keep, like they saw it, they like it, but they are just there like spectators until the right time, maybe the right time when they need a design work, you know, their mind will automatically go to you because they have seen your works, they have loved your works, seen how determined you are. They know that this person is the right person, to take on my project. So, the main goal, like I said before, the main goal of this challenge is for you to build capacity and also build up your portfolio. All right, so let's go into this today's video. How do we replicate this? Webflow, yeah. Webflow is really wonderful. Is a platform similar to WordPress. You can use it to build out websites. It has its own strengths, and also its own advantage. Same thing with WordPress. WordPress has its own strengths, own advantage. And Webflow has been gaining popularity these days. You see, so let's see how we can replicate this their pricing table. Let's see how we can replicate it. Okay, there's a lot going on, not just the pricing table and also this the header at the top. So let's see how we are going to do that. Okay, first thing I need to download the logo. So let me right click. Okay, I can't download this via, I think this is an SVG, right? Okay, and my SVG downloader is no longer here. All right, so let me pause this video and quickly install it. Remember when my hard disk crashed and all that, so I have to like start afresh with all this whole thing. So let me pause the video and install the SVG export. Okay, so I have installed my SVG export or exporter. So let me click it. All right, so here we go. Click this and download Webflow logo. Okay, all right. I think that's the only thing I need to download here. Yes. All right, so let's get into it. First thing, let's study this again. So we have the logo here. We have the navigation menu. We have three buttons here. One, two, three. Um, I don't know. These may not really be buttons. These may also be navigations, just like this guy. So these may also be navigations. Then a button here. Okay, so let's get into it. Adding a single column container. Then I'm going to drag a button. No, not a button, an image. So this image will house our SVG file. So click it, our logo, SVG logo. Okay, so here we go. Then I'm going to left align it. Okay, then the next thing I'm going to drag in a menu. Drag in a menu, jet and drop. So in this case, if you remember last time we worked on a menu some time ago, this styling here, whereby the line, the border, the blue border or any, I think that was when we worked on the hotjar. So if we need to have this kind of hover effect, so the normal menu, the new menu option can't give us that. So we need to use the WordPress menu to do that. And that means that we need two menus. We need to create two menus. So the first one we have this, the second one we have this. So that's what it means. So now let's get into it. Let me quickly go here, scroll down to menus. Okay, so in this case, we need to create a new menu. So click create a new menu here, and we give it a name. So Webflow menu A. So because it have to be two, right? So menu A, menu B. So Webflow menu A. Um, okay, so we just created the menu A. So now we need to add some items into it. In this case, I don't want to start creating individual pages for this, right? Because it's just for demonstration purpose. So what I'm going to use is the custom link. And all I have to do, put hashtag here, then type in, let's see, we have product solution resources. Okay, so products, then solutions, then resources. What next? Enterprise and pricing. Okay, so enterprise. Hope I got it right. Yeah, enterprise and pricing. Okay, so save my changes. I have to save menu. Okay, so that's the menu A, Webflow menu A. So I'm going to create the one for menu B. So we name it Webflow menu B and click on create menu. All right, so here, let's look at what we have here. So login and contact sales. So still scroll down to custom links, then type in login, then contact sales. All right, so save menu as well. Okay, so let's go back here. Now I need to update this and refresh. So once I update, refresh it, so that what we did, this menu we created here, so that it will Elementor will know about them and it will reflect. All right, so here we go. Now I need to add a WordPress menu. Drag it and drop. So from here, I'm going to select Webflow menu A. Then duplicate, select Webflow menu B, and then the last thing is the button. So type in button and drag a button and drop. Okay, so the button says get started. It's free. It's free. It's free. Get started. It's free. People love free stuffs. I love free stuff as well when it makes sense. I also love paid stuff, but the problem with most free stuffs is that nothing is there. So, but unlike what I just said, Webflow is so good. Like it's really good. So when they say it's free, and it really makes sense. So that's it. Then moving on. Now we need to start styling. So here we need all these things to be side by side. So we already know the gray. So the direction have to be this way. Okay, and we need to make sure everything is centered in the middle this way. Okay, then the next thing, um, let's go here and start styling. Let's start styling from here. Okay, come here. All right. So let's look at what we have here. Right here, we have a font size of 15 and line height of 18, font width of 400. Okay, so the color, let me sure that's the color. That's not really the color. This blue color is for something else, but they having Webflow Sans, which is a custom font. Uh, that's a custom font. So maybe looking at this, I think Poppins. There's a font that is called Poppins. I think Poppins will work best with this. Let's test it out and see. So let's go back. Before going here, I need to grab the color as well. So the color they are using for their black, let me grab it. Then go back. Now, okay. The alignments have to be aligned to the left. Yes. Breakpoint. Let's leave it as it is. Then this guy here, align to the right. Then go to style. That's where our main focus is. So from the topography, we need this to be Poppins. Okay, then this should be 15 and the line height 18. Okay, one more thing, the font width is 400. Okay, then the color, let me paste the color we copied. Okay, all right, then scroll down. Vertical padding 0, horizontal padding 0, space between, maybe space it out to around 24. Yeah, let's see how it looks. 24, somewhere around there. Yeah. Okay, I think the poppins actually match this closely. I think, oh, the poppins is a little bit bigger. It's bigger than this. So how about we use the about about Let's say we use array, you can tell. No, no, no. Give it a different feel. So maybe let's use source. Source sounds pro. Okay, let's look at it. Source sounds pro. No, this is totally a different feel. How about Roboto? Let's see if Roboto we come to the rescue. Nope, nope, nope. Um, there's a font that came to my mind just a moment ago. Um, Lato, Lato work. No, I think okay. Enter, yes, enter. Let's see if enter works. Ah, enter is bigger. So let's keep it at the Poppins. So, but in this case, Poppins is kind of bigger. So we use 14 instead. Instead of 15, we use 14. Yeah. So now it looks similar. Okay. Then, well, there's a different font I need to try out again. Let's use Hind. See if Hind matches it. Okay. And let's turn it back to 15. Ah, nope, nope, nope. The Poppins works better. So maybe a different font would have worked better than this, but let's just use this. So I need to reduce the space, maybe 22. Yeah, 22 for the spacing. Okay, then um, what next? Of course, when you hover on it, it changes to blue, and there's also this underline. So let's grab the color here. Let's grab the blue color they are using. So right here, when you hover on it, the color changes to blue, right? And also the color of the pointer also changes to blue as well. And uh, it's still coming to the divider, and all those things. So all I have to do, copy this and paste style here. So the only thing I have to do here is to change the alignment to right align because I want this to be right aligned. Then go back to the button. The alignments have to be right aligned. Then let's style it up. So let's see what these guys are using here. So same thing, 15 pixel. But we already know it have to be 14 pixel. Line height of 18. Padding of 15, 22.5. Font weight of font weight of 600. Okay. So let's go back here. Go to style. On the topography, it have to be Poppins. Font size 14 pixel. Font weight 600. Um, line height 18 for the line height. 18, yeah. Okay. Then the padding, we use 15 at the top and 22.5 by the sides. Okay, how about the color? The color is still the blue. Okay, it's a lighter blue, and then when you hover on it, it becomes a darker shade of the blue. Okay, so the background color should be this. When you hover, let's get the darker shade. When you hover on it, it gives you this. Then the next thing is the color. Of course, let's see if it's pure white or if they have something else going on. Okay, it's pure white. Okay, so go back here, keep it at pure white. color. All right, then um, I don't know. The padding at the top and bottom is kind of very smaller than our own. Our own is bigger, so that tells me maybe it's not a good idea adding a line height. Let me change this to EM and put 1 there. Still didn't change anything much. Now what? Let me add a height to this our heading so that at least I'll be seeing what I'm working on. So maybe give it a 60. 60. Okay, let me look at this. It's looking, the button is looking almost similar. So let's click this. Go to the styling again, scroll down. So maybe I'm going to use 12 instead of 15. 12, 12. Let's see. Okay, no. So probably 13 or 14. Let's just test out 14. Okay, 14. Yeah. So it's looking as it should. All right. So now the next thing is to space things out. So all I have to do, go to this second column, go to advanced, this second menu, second WordPress menu, go to advanced, scroll down to size and make it grow. You see, because I need to create some spacing along here. And here we go. All right. Then the next thing is let's look at the logo. Probably our own logo is a little bit bigger, right? So you can click on the logo, go to style, on the width, change it to pixel and probably use like 120. I think it's too much. How about 80 pixel? But now it's too little. How about 100? Yeah, how about 100? Okay, so I think 100 is perfect. Then if we look at this header, there's um a lighter this thing, lighter border radius. No, not border radius, lighter border that goes across it. So we can get, I think that's the same shade here. So all I have to do is click this to copy this shade of light gray here. Then go to the container of our header. Go to style, scroll down to border, and from here, so toggling the solid, make it 1 pixel at the bottom, and then paste our color. Okay, so I think this is too light. So let's test out D1, which is what I usually use for my, okay, so it's looking similar. Yeah. All right. Then the next thing I need is when I hover on it, I need those things, I need the underline, I need it to be at the bottom, not really where it is currently. So let me click on this. Remember, first thing we need to remember, let's go to our container. So the container of our header, the height is set to 60. So that's what we need to remember when doing this. So let's go to the menu again. Now we need to activate the divider. And the height of the divider have to be 60. Then how about the width? The width have to be 0. Yes. So because we don't want it to show. And now when you hover on it, that's it. And I think they are using like maybe the weight, the font weight of the on hover effect is probably like 2 or 3 pixels. So our own is thicker, so we need to reduce it. So go to hover, Then where is it? Pointer width. So pointer width, let's use 2 pixel. Let's see how it looks. Okay, so that's it. That's it, 2 pixel. So all I have to do is copy this, go back here, paste style. And of course, after pasting style, make sure the alignment is set to align to the right. Then go back to advanced. Make sure the size is set to grow. Yeah. So now we have this guy. We have it that way. All right. So moving on, let's see how we can replicate this guy here. First thing, let's study it again. Let's study the whole thing again. So here we have a two-column section. Yes. So the first column contains this guy. The second column contains this guy, the pricing. Now, inside the second column, we have two columns inside it. Two columns of this and this. Okay. So let's go here. Add a two-column section or two-column container section. Then inside this second column, we need to drag in a container, add there, then duplicate that container, locate it. So now we have two columns inside, but we need those two columns to be side by side. So what do? We go to the main container, like the second container, change the direction this way. So now we have two columns inside there. All right. Then on the first column, the left hand side column, we need to drag in a what is it? Um a heading. But then this is a different kind of heading because you can see there's some animation going on. So it's an animated heading. So let's type animated here. So you see it, animated headline. So I'll simply drag it and drop. Then align it, make sure I align it this way. The heading should be heading 2. Okay. Then the next thing I need is this guy is here. So this is like an icon list. So I'm going to drag in an icon list and drop. Then the other thing we need is a button. So all I have to do, let me just copy this button here and paste it here. Okay, align it this way. All right. So now we have these guys. Let's start styling. Let's style these ones first. Okay. Let's see what they have here. This is 56. Before styling, let's actually copy. Let me copy what is here. So, and you can see there's a different kind of animation here. It feels as if something is being typed, it will clear it and then type again. You see, so let's look for that because here what we have here is like a circle. So I think we have it. We have it here. So not this guy. I think that should be the rotating. Yes, then typing. Yeah. Okay, not this. I think that should be the clip. Yes, that's the clip. Exactly. That's the clip. You can even use the typing for it as well, you know. But the typing gives it kind of clears and then comes into it again. But with the clip, there's other stylings here. Drop in, wave, blah blah blah. Okay. So let's just type this here. Then go back here. Let's actually see what. Okay, so the first one is portfolio. It says portfolio. Second one says career. Then the other one says business. What next? Okay, portfolio, career, business. Okay, so you can see it here. Type in portfolio, then type in career, then type in business. Now, you can see everything is on the same line. Everything is on the same line. If we do it this way, it's not going to work. So each of these have to be on a line of its own, in their individual line for this to work. Then what next? What next? What next? I think we have this infinite loop. Yeah. Okay, so now the styling. Let's start styling. Or maybe let me just copy this. Before we start styling, let me copy everything here. Uh, this should be very hard to copy because of how it's kind of dancing, dancing along. Which is to me, I think this is actually a bad design. For this kind of shifting is doing. You shouldn't be doing this shifting. Like it needs to be walked around. There have to be a walk around. So we will try. We try and see if we can also, fix it, make it better so that it won't be dancing around. Okay. Copy this and paste it. Okay, if you notice, they are using a different kind of check icon. So we can find it here. Let's type check, and this is it here. Insert. Do the same thing with the other one. Check, insert, check, insert. All right. Then the button here says, what does it say? Explore plans. So we type it explore plans, right? And of course, there's an arrow, but the arrow is kind of pointed upward. So there's a little trick they do there. So let's add the arrow here. Arrow. Okay, so this is it. We add it, and then it have to be after. Then put something like it here. Okay, so we still come to starting. Let's start from the beginning here. So let's look at what they have here. So this is the color. We copy it. Then the font size is 56. Why the line height is 58 points, and then font weight is 600. Letter spacing 0 point. Okay, so let's take it a step at a time. So place this here. Go back here. We are using poppins. Remember, using poppins, and then the 56 line height of this. So 56 line height, font weight 600. Then letter spacing. I think we don't need the letter spacing because this font we are using is already spaced out. In fact, we even need to tighten it up. Yes, instead of spacing it out. Our own fonts need to be tightened. So they're using 0.5. You know what? Let me copy it, but make it a negative. So click it. Then on the letter spacing, paste it. Was going to be a minus. How about -1? Yeah, minus 1.56. Because we need to tighten up our own distance. Okay, then the color. You can see the color of our animated hasn't need to copy this and also paste it here as well. Then the line height. Think this our line height. Think I need to bring it closer. Maybe bring it to oops. How about 4, 8, 4, 5. Yeah. Need to bring it closer to tighten it up. Okay, think it's too close. Maybe like an 48.24. Yeah. All right. Then we go to this one. So here, let's see the size they are using. Uh, this is kind of dancing around. How do we get to it? Okay. So we have 18 pixel here and 28.8 for the line height. Font weight of 400. Same color. 080808 for the color. Okay, so let's go back. Go to style. So not the icon, on the text. Change this to poppins. This is 18. In this case, we can use like 17 or even 16. I think 17. Then this is 400. Line height of 28.8. Okay, then the color of hashtag 080808. Okay. The icon itself. And the icon has the same size. It has the same size as this. Okay, the icon is 16. Icon is 16, and of course the same color 080808. So on the icon, it's currently 14. Can use it to be oops 16. Then the gap in between them. So probably like a 10 pixel gap. So 10 pixel gap. Of course, align it. Make sure it's aligned to the not really the center. This is at the top, not the center. Align to the top. Align it to the middle. Nope. So you have to be at the top and then bring it a little bit down, down. Yeah, down to around 7. Yeah, exactly. Maybe increase it to 18 or 17. Yeah, increase it to 17. No, let's leave it at 16. But then I need to reduce the color. I need to reduce the color, make it like a little bit not so obvious, you know. Okay, then how about the gap between each of the list item? So looking at this, we have something like 20 pixel gap or more. Let's start with 20. Let's see. So we're going to the list, space between. Okay, that should be probably 18. Let's look at that. Look at this. Yeah, I think 18. And the gap between the icons, I think we overdid it. So the gap should be 5, maybe 4, and then uh okay. So let's get into this. Let's get into the button for now. So on the button, let's see what we have here. Click it. It's still the same 15 pixel, 18 pixel. I think we already gotten it. All we need to do is the color, change the color to this. Then remove the background. So go to style, scroll down, all this padding, we need to remove it. Remove the padding, everything have to be zero. Then the background, remove the, make it transparent. Then on the color, we paste the color we copied. Okay. What next? All right. On hover. When you hover on it, it's actually this animation. So this animation, we can only achieve it using a bit of CSS, but we are not going to go into it for now. So let's start with other stuffs. So now we have this way, but everything is still looking jumbled up. Yeah, everything is jumbled up, even though we have gotten the sizes and the styling of the text. So let me start by clicking on the main container, then go to advanced, put like 80 pixel at the top, 80 pixel here. Don't mind how everything is still jumbled up. We have to go to the second column and start creating, because whatever we create in the second column will affect how these guys here look. So let's go here and see what we have here. So right here we have this guy. Here's a heading, and then here's some numbers followed by this, and then a paragraph, and then this icon. Can use icon this for all this. Okay, so let's take it one step at a time. I'm going to drop a heading. Make this like heading 4 or something. Center it. Then this guy here, maybe I should use pricing as a pricing widget. I don't know if it will be limited for us. So if we use a pricing list, pricing, we may use even a countdown timer. No, but I need to use a heading, just normal heading. So I'm going to duplicate this, duplicate it, and let it be like heading 3 or something. It doesn't matter because it's only the size that is going to change everything. Then the other one is this guy here. So this guy here, you can use a paragraph for it. Let me paste what I just copied. Okay, of course, it needs to be centered. Then let me copy this, paste it on this as well. Then, as you can see, we have these guys here. Have these guys, and you can use the icon list. So drag and drop it here. And then there's a divider. So we can use the divider to divide it. And remove this. Then remove the icon. Paste this guy. Duplicate many times. All right, so let me copy this. Copy and paste. Then copy this. There's a lot of copy and paste that we have to do here. So let me pause the video a little bit and copy. Okay, so I have copied everything and added it there. See, you can see it here. You can see these guys here. So let's go to the pricing, because that's where we can have a little stuff going on. So copy this guy, and paste. Okay, so there's this little one here. I'm going to copy, maybe duplicate this and paste it here. Paste it on the first one. Yeah, or we can even use an image. Can use an image box. Instead of using this, we just use an image box, drag it and drop, remove the image, then paste this one here, whereby we copy this and paste here. Yes. Let's keep everything streamlined. So delete this. Okay, so we have only a single widget there. That's perfect. Now, let's start styling. First of all, let's click this. So here is 24 pixel, 32.2 pixel line height, 24 pixel font size, 600 font weight. Okay, and white color. Oh, I think I've forgotten what I just what I just said. So it have to be white color. First of all, let me just remove the white for now. So change this to poppins. Then the line height, I think I'll copy the line height, paste it, and let's do it again. Okay, so 24 pixel, yes, and 600 for the font weight. So 600 font weight, 24 pixel. So maybe we use 20 here, because remember the poppins is bigger than the font they are using. So use 20 here. All right, then you know what? Let's just add let's just add the blue so that we start doing everything at the same time. So where's the blue? The blue color. Go to the X, copy it. Okay, so we just added the blue here. So click on the first headline, make it white. Click this. So let's check the sizing of this guy here. So this is a 56 pixel size and font weight is 600. So 56 pixel. All right, so let's go back here. Of course, this should be centered. Content, white color. Yes. Change this to poppins. Font weight 600 and here 56. Yeah, now everything is so big, right? What's the line height? Forgetting the line height. Let's check it again. So the line height is 58.24. Okay. Then this guy also have to be white. Where is it? Have to be white as well. Let's check the sizing. So click it. The sizing is 14 pixel size, then 22.4 for the line height. Okay, so 14 pixel sizing. Turn this to poppins. 14 pixel, but you already know you have to put it like 12 or 13, about 13. I think 12. 400. Line height 22.4. Okay, So this same styling we gave here, which is for 12 pixel, we also have to give it to this per month, like this forward slash MO. So how do we do that? Because Elementor didn't give us the option of doing it that way, and I believe these guys also use a little bit of code to do this as well. So just about writing a simple CSS. First of all, in test here, this test here, I don't know if you can, oops, you can see what I'm doing. I want to zoom this in so you see what I'm doing. So in this test, I'll simply add a span and close the span as well. So here is the opening span, here is the closing span. So I'll simply add it because I want to target it. So I'll go to advanced. Let me bring this back. So I'll go to advanced, scroll down to this. First of all, I have to make sure what's the heading. So this is heading 3. So let me go back here. So here I'll say heading 3 span. Heading 3 span font size should be 12 pixel. You see it, and that's it. So the heading 3 span font size should be 12 pixel. Now I need to bring it closer because right now it's kind of spaced out. So maybe, oops, 16. So instead of having that space, now I'm bringing it in. Okay, let me look at it again. I think instead of 12, it have to be like 14. Let's use 14. Yeah, 14. Exactly. So that's it. Then the spacing between, because this guy here and this guy here have to be close. So the spacing, let's go to style, content. So the gap, you see the spacing here, need to bring it close, but now we have a little big problem, okay, which we can solve with a negative, maybe negative 16 minus 16. And now we're bringing it closer. Okay, then the next thing is this guy here. So let's check the styling it has. Click it. So here we have a font size of 16 pixel. So 16 pixel, line height of 28, font weight of 400. So 16 pixel. Our color have to be white. Then change this to poppins 16. How does it look? I think we need to bring it down to 14. Yeah, 14. Yep. And then 400. Then the line height is 28. Then there's a spacing at the bottom, so we need to remove it using a negative, maybe negative 24. Yeah, 24 minus 24. All right. Then before we go into this, I just want to add some padding around it because everything is not looking so good. So looking at this, I think the padding they are using here, you can still get it. Let's click this. Okay, you just use eyes. And they're using, okay, here is it. 48 at the top and 25.6 by the side and the bottom part. So 25.6 by the side and by the bottom. Okay, so let's go to clicking on the column itself, then go to advanced, open up this, test this here, 25.6, 25.6, and then at the bottom 25.6. All right, so we gradually get in there. Okay, finally, let's style this. So we click it. Um, let's see what is here. So this is 14 pixel, 24.5 line height, and 400. Okay, so 14 pixel and this. So let's go to style. Scroll down to text. So on the topography, change it to poppins. Then 14 pixel. Think choose like 12, 400 line height. Paste it. Then the color, because the color have to be white, full white. Then the spacing. You see, there's some spacing around, so we need to space it out. Maybe use like 7. Let's see what we have. Okay, it need to be more spaced out. And then okay, let's space it out more. Something like 16. Let's see. Okay, more. Does it need more? Yeah, I think more space, more spacing. But first of all, the this thing, the border, suppress it. So here is it. If we put it to be 0, it disappears. So 1, and the distance, the color. So let's make it pure white. But then we need to reduce the transparency somewhere around here. Okay, so let me check it again. All right. Think I think I copied something else here. So I'm going to copy this. Go back to our content on the last part. Paste it. Yes. Okay, so let's look at it again. Um, maybe need to space it out more. Maybe give it like 18. Yeah. Okay. So we have this, and of course, there's a border at the top here. After, at the top of this maximum, there's a border. So all I have to do, copy the color of our border, for consistency sake. Then get divider as a divider widget, drop it at the top, go to style on the column, paste the color we copied. Then gap between, just make it 0, or probably just make it 5. And then use negative margin to bring it close. So remember what we have here on this our column, we already have a 20 pixel gap. So that tells us that from this maximum to this is 20 plus the 5. The 5 we added here, which is 25, which makes it 25 pixel in total. The space between the maximum and the divider is 25 pixel in total. So now when we go to this advanced, when we using the negative margin, you can simply use minus 25, minus, not 125, minus 25 at the bottom to bring it close. Nope, I think it's not working. Okay, since it's not working here, we can do it from here. So click this, go to advanced, then open up this and put minus 25. Yeah, I think now it's too close. Maybe minus 20 instead. Let's see. Still too close. Maybe let's give it minus 15 instead. Okay, yeah, so that's it. Minus 15. All right, then What else are we still missing? The space between. Okay, I think it's looking much like it. Then all we have to do, we don't need to start redesigning this, from scratch again. No, look at what I'm going to do. All I have to do, click this column and duplicate. So duplicate it, delete the other empty column. So now we have these two stuffs here. Then all I have to do, go here, just do copy and paste. Copy, paste, change the color. I think let's grab the color they are using here. That's but we can still grab it from here. Let's make sure we're using the correct colors they are using. Okay, that's the same color. Yeah. So just copy and paste and change colors. That's all we need to do here. Okay, so this one here, copy this. Go back to this first, then copy this. Okay, make sure we change this to the color, which is hashtag 080808. Same thing here, 080808. Okay, so we go here and we paste this as well, and then use the same color 080808. Okay, so I'm going to pause this video and copy this so that this video won't be so long. All right, so I've went ahead. I've gone ahead to copy all these and change the colors. So all I have to do, go to the column here, go here and switch the color. So let's get the color here. Copy this, paste it. Okay, so but my line is no longer showing. Yes, it's no longer showing. All I have to do, click this, go here, because this is pure white. I will still retain the transparency, but this is pure white here. Just going to drag it to black, pure black. And let's see if, okay, I think it's too, need to still reduce the transparency. So click this, reduce the transparency to somewhere like this. Okay, copy this because I will still need it. I still need it in the divider added at the top. So paste it there. Okay, so you can see this is it. Now we have these guys looking nicely as you should. The next thing is for us to create a demarcation here. If you can see there's a demarcation here, but there's no demarcation here. So we need to create some kind of a gap. So we do that by going to the main container here, go to layout, scroll down to the gaps. So it's 0 currently. So maybe how about we use 60? All right. Let's see how it looks. Okay. Uh, maybe let's turn it to 100. Okay, as we're doing this, it's kind of shrinking this instead of this, you know. So this tells me we need to do something. How about we click on this column here, and instead of 50, let's make it 40, and then make the other column 60% instead. And let's see. Yeah, okay, so now we're getting there. So this is it. And as you can see, our own is not checking. You see, portfolio, career, um, business. This is how it should be. You know, it shouldn't be shaking here. You see, whereby you see it shakes, kind of dances. No, it have to be steady. This is how it should be. Then, what next? Maybe instead of using like I don't know, instead of using, because this guy here is kind of too spaced out. So instead of using 40, 60, maybe we use 45, 45, and then go to the other column and use 55. That's 45, 55. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Then add more spacing in between. So go to the main container, scroll down, and probably add like 40. Yeah, yes. How is it? Add like 40 here. Mm, no, no. Something tells me that the 40-60 works better. Let's put, or maybe let's just keep it at that 45. But going to the second column, going here, I'm going to change it to make it grow. Yes, I want it to grow. Yeah, exactly. Uh, mm, no, no, let's not do it this way. Simply change it to let's make it 60. Yeah. Then go to the first column, make it 40. As simple as that. Then maybe the spacing between them, bring it down to 120 instead. 120, how about the 140? I think the 140 works. The 140 works better. All right. So this is it. And the next thing is this is our button here. Yes, this is our button. You can see the spacing between this icon list and the button. Maybe, and also the spacing between the heading here and the icon list, they are spaced out. So this tells me it um should be maybe here. Click it, go to um advanced on the padding, maybe give like 30 pixel at the top to space it out. Yeah. And then when you hover on it, this guy here shouldn't be there. So let's go to style on hover. Let's remove this. Let's just clear it. And hover, or let's make it transparent. Hover, yeah. Then this guy should be the same color as this. So let me copy it, go back here, paste it. And here we go. So on hover, when you hover on it, you can see that's what we have, and this is it. This is it. So that's how we were able to build out this this section. Yeah. And of course you can make it mobile responsive. You can everything here you can make it mobile responsive. So that's it for this. And of course, I will still post this. I will still present it in a nice way using our UI presentation method, right? Present it and then post it, share it, many places. All right. If you're watching this and you haven't joined the 90-day challenge, 90-day web design challenge, you need to join. Just go to just hit www dot nowebs.com/. 90-day challenge. That's it. So and if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, please just subscribe to it as well. Then because more tutorials are coming, yes, more tutorials, not just the tutorial for the 90-day challenge, but rather more tutorials in UI UX, Elementor, WordPress, hosting, web hostings, all those stuff. that a web designer need to be grounded on. More of those tutorials are coming. So see you on the next one, and bye.